Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So today, before I dive into the content, I want to thank each and every one of you for this continued support, because whenever I go through the comment section, I see people not only enjoying this video but also learning through it, and that was the main purpose of creating this channel. So I'm actually very happy, and I thank you guys one more time for this continued support, and I hope this support is going to stay for the long term. So now, looking at this Bitcoin price action, you can see yesterday we did talk about this price structure. I said to you guys, the price of Bitcoin seems to be following this rising trend line, because this rising trend line is not just acting as a support, but it's also showing us the possible trend duration. And since yesterday, you can see we are finding a very strong support, and price tends to be respecting this trend line here, this rising trend line. So we want to know what exactly could be unfolding here, because right now, if we look at this price structure and include this Fibonacci retracement from this swing high till this swing low level, we can see we talked about this price structure yesterday on my video, because I told you guys this price movement here could be getting an impulsive move at least towards this 0.5 Fibonacci to 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. So for now, for us right now, 51,700 to 53,300 is on the line, because we said that, hey, if this is going to turn out as a dead cat bounce theory, I said you with this 1, 2, 3, 4 point, our retracement in traditional market is going to be around 50%, but in our case, since the price of crypto is a bit volatile, we will be looking around this 0.618 at least to be some area where we could be getting gravitated right now. And after that, it's going to be a decision point. If we are going to find support around this 53,300, then there is also a very likely scenario that this trend is going to continue in an upward direction. But for me guys, for me personally, unless the trend is not breaking above this 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level, I have seen this scenario unfolding many times. I mean, price here breaking to this 0.618 but failing to break the 0.786 and seeing the price reversal type of scenario. And this is exactly why I included this fractal here, right? This scenario here could be playing out. If you have watched my video yesterday, I added this here and said, hey, if this impulsive move is going to continue, then we have to wait until the price also properly closes above this 0.786. Until then, it could be a move here in this manner, right? And a corrective move again before price starts moving in an upper direction. This is not a bearish scenario, guys, to be honest. This is just a temporary pullback for now, because after this kind of impulsive move, it's very reasonable to see this kind of corrective move also appearing, right? And yesterday, people were also saying, hey, Noob, is there any reason why are you only showing this falling wedge type of scenario that could be playing out here? No, because I just showed you with this previous example, since this was also falling wedge. But if you want to look at this in a bit different way, no problem. You can add this price structure and also look at this as a descending triangle type of scenario. And this descending triangle, you can see after this a possible breakout in an upper direction. And here I can do the similar thing. You can see here this was also a descending triangle type of scenario. You can see after that we had a breakout in an upper direction. So right now I'm actually expecting an impulsive move, right? Impulsive move towards this 0.5, which is 51,600, and 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level around 53,200 as a possible price target at this current stage, because any sort of a rejection from this line, then we should be prepared for a pullback type of scenario. And let me also show you with this WYCKOFF's re-accumulation phase, because if we look at this WYCKOFF re-accumulation phase, impulsive move, consolidation, another impulsive move, right? This is exactly what is happening here in our case. You can see impulsive move, consolidation, and another impulsive move. So now this price pullback type of scenario is so-called shakeout or fake out type of scenario, and this is part of a game. So don't worry, even if we are going to see some pullback, right, that doesn't mean the trend is going to be bearish, because this still is showing us that price of Bitcoin still has a lot more potential to continue further in an upper direction. The only thing what I can say right now is to not to over leverage yourself, guys. Please be careful. There are going to be some more shakeout or fake out type of scenario involved around this price level. And if you want to look at this price scenario in a bit different way, no problem. So guys, now if we look at this price structure of Bitcoin in a daily time frame using this three different type of indicator, one is moving averages, second one is RSI, and the MACD line, because right now this moving averages, this 20 exponential moving average and 50 exponential moving average is playing a very important role. You can see exactly after reaching this 20 exponential moving average, we found a support. On the past Bitcoin price action, this 20 exponential moving average has played a very important role. You can see we continued in an upper direction as long as we followed this 20 exponential moving average and found support above it. But for example, here we failed to find support at this 20 exponential moving average. Price came exactly at this 50 exponential moving average. So as long as we are above this 20 exponential moving average, there is nothing to worry. But any sort of a pullback, then you can see this 50 exponential moving average could be again acting as a support. That could be around 42,000 to 42,500 price level. So this is one scenario you have to take into consideration, because I just said you right now we are expecting this price to see some impulsive move, and this is also what we are witnessing. You can see price is already around this 51,900 area. We are saying 53,500 or 53,300 is where we could be getting gravitated at the moment, and any sort of a support above that, then that could indicate the dead cat bounce scenario is invalid and there is going to be a continuation pattern in an upward direction. But any sort of rejection, then we should also be prepared for the price pullback type of scenario. And if you look here to the downside, this RSI level is still above 50. This is giving us a confirmation that this trend still has some potential to continue in an upward direction, but this MACD line is flashing some bearish scenario, and this crossover is actually a bearish crossover. You can see here, right? We had the similar crossover here. Even though we had this bearish crossover, you can see the price went higher. I mean, this impulsive move followed, but after that you can see the correct move followed right after that. So this means right now I'm actually expecting pretty similar scenario. I mean, a price movement getting gravitated towards the 0.618, and we could go even higher, this 0.786, which is going to be 55,600, right? This could also be one scenario where the price extend a bit higher, and then another pullback type of scenario around this 50 exponential moving average, because this happened here on the past Bitcoin price action. So we should also consider looking at right now. What we are going to do is we are going to look into dead cat bounce scenario, which we talked about in yesterday's video. So if we look at this price structure of Bitcoin in a 4-hour time frame right now, what we are going to do is we are going to include this Fibonacci level, because right now this price movement where we are approaching is 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. And if you have watched my video, I told you guys this 1 2 3 4 scenario, this dead cat bounce scenario, according to this dead cat bounce from this 0.2 till this 0.3 area, it's going to be around this 50% retracement, and any sort of rejection around that level, there is going to be a pullback type of scenario. But crypto is volatile, as said you, and that's why we were actually expecting some impulsive move even higher. I mean, at least this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. So this 53,100, 50,300 could be on the line. But now you can see the price is also showing some sort of impulsive move here in an upper direction. So we want the price to clearly find proper support above this 0.618 if it wants to continue further in an upward direction, because any sort of a rejection of this 0.618, then we could also be prepared to see some sort of a fake out type of scenario, and then again a continuation pattern here in an upper duration, because this is exactly what also this dead cat bounce scenario is actually flashing us right now. And if you want to look at this in a smaller time frame, no problem. In an hourly time frame, what we can do, guys, is since we can see the price here is clearly flashing a very interesting scenario, and if you have watched my video, I told you guys this here was a descending broadening wedge, and according to this descending broadening wedge, since we were clearly breaking out of this upper line area, I give you a very simple example and said, hey, if the trend wants to continue further in upper direction, then we have to break this trend line, which previously has also acted as a resistance plenty of time. You can see this also acted as a support, but this line here is going to be another resistance, and this is exactly what we are also witnessing, because we know according to this dead cat bounce scenario, the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement is also exactly around that price level, which is holding the price to continue further in upper direction. So now we are actually expecting this trend line also to be pierced, and we are all focusing around this 53,300 to 53,000 price level. So if this is going to continue, 0.786 and 0.618 is my price target table right now. So these are some of the scenario you should take into consideration. And if you want to look at this in a pretty simple way, what we can also do is we can add this ascending channel type of scenario, because you can see right now the price in an hourly time frame could be following this ascending channel. So this upward movement here, you can see what are we forming? Double bottom type of scenario. And since the price here has already broken out of this neckline, this impulsive move, if this is going to continue, then you can see we could be heading higher. So according to this, it should be around 53,000, and we know around this 53,000 we also have this 0.618 Fibonacci level. You can see 53,100 price level. So this does actually make sense. I'm also expecting this price to continue further around this 0.618 to 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level. So these are some of the scenario I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin. So now let's also look at Ethereum price action. And also, guys, I would really appreciate if you could just take 2 seconds of your time and smash the like button. And for those individuals watching this video for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell, So now if we look at this Ether USD price structure starting in a daily time frame, we can see guys, right now the simple way of looking at this price action would be by simply adding this ascending broadening wedge type of scenario, because this ascending broadening wedge upper line did play it as a very strong resistance line, right? You can see that very clearly, and also the lower line played as a very strong support line. So exactly when we arrived at this lower end area of this ascending broadening wedge, we found a very strong support. So now we want to know if this is going to be another impulsive move. So what I'm actually going to do is just like what I showed you with this Bitcoin price action with this Fibonacci retracement level. Right now for me guys, I will be looking around this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level and this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, just like with Bitcoin, because for me right now this 1695 to 1775, this two line, between these two line is where we could be getting gravitated right now for Ether. So and if we find support above this 0.618, then this is also going to indicate that hey, there could be another impulsive move waiting us ahead. But any sort of a rejection, then we should also be prepared for a pullback type of scenario. And why is that important is because if you look at this price structure using this simple ascending channel right now, because if you monitor the price movement, what we can do guys is we can simply add this ascending channel, the upper line here from this ascending channel, right? Let me delete this one here. So you can see this is also an ascending channel type scenario, right? You can see the upper line along with this ascending broadening wedge was there acting as a resistance, but lower line exactly at this ascending channel which also previously acted as a very strong support line. You can see plenty of time, right? This lower line played as a very strong support, and exactly when we had this pullback, this line again acted as a very strong support line. So now you know, according to this ascending broadening wedge, the upper line is there, but the lower line for us would be somewhere around here, because we know any sort of a rejection from this line, from this 0.61 Fibonacci retracement level, then we should also be prepared for pullback type of scenario towards this lower end area of this ascending broadening wedge, and then again a impulsive move in an upward direction in this manner. So these are some of the scenario I see right now looking at this price action of Ether in a daily time frame. So if you look at this in a smaller time frame, doesn't matter guys, you can see here. So looking at this price structure now in a 4-hour time frame, you can see when we had this impulsive move and this corrective move came exactly at this previous temporary resistance line. You can see this price level here, right around 1450, 1440 was a very strong resistance line in the past Ether price action, and when we had this pullback, it came exactly at this price level and found support. So now this is also indicating, hey, we do have a very strong support at this price level, but what kind of scenario could be here also unfolding, just like with Bitcoin price action guys, also a descending broadening wedge type of scenario. Because if you have watched my video, you can see this was also a descending broadening wedge, this was also a descending broadening wedge type of scenario. This price movement didn't went all the way straight towards our exact price target, but you can see what unfollowed, more like a consolidation, but price came to the end target. Here as well, you can see this was the 1600 was the upper target for this descending broadening wedge. It actually showed us impulsive move and then again a corrective move and consolidation, but at the end it did came at the exact price targets. So what I'm actually trying to say here right now is that if this is going to be some impulsive move or corrective move, it doesn't mean this trend is going to be a bearish trend. We could still come towards our upper price target level, which is going to be around, if this is going to continue, then I will be looking more likely around this new all-time high for Ether, which is going to be around 2200, because as I've already said you guys with plenty of different examples, this 2200 is our upper target for Ether for the upcoming days. So for now, we want to see if the price of Ether and Bitcoin both are going to break this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level and this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, because if we are going to find support above this level, then for both Bitcoin and Ether, this could be a continuation pattern in an upper direction, but a rejection from that could lead to a pullback type of scenario. So these are some of the scenario I thought sharing with you in today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So guys, by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.